we have got our wish here with Knights and Lambert picking each other up. Old mates, they started in '88 together. And we get underway. Kevin Bartlett coached them in their first year, and here he is in the commentary box. So it's a special day for KB as well. As Ashcroft gets the first kick out of the centre. Brisbane Lions free kick, quickly taken by Champion. He drives it long to the goal square. Turner wrestling, that's a good mark. Doc Clark. Magnificent start for the Lions. A goal in the first 40 seconds.
Ackermanis from the last line of defence pumps the ball high, looking for Clark Keating. There's a good mark taken by Gale. He needs to find his best form. Slow start to the season, missed the early games through injury, goes short inside the centre square and finds Bitterscombe. Playing his first game for the Tigers, played 34 for the Cats. He's one of their gun recruits, pops the ball wide. Richardson's the target, yet two to beat. Paddles the ball under Knights on 50. A bit of magic, goes short. Tigers, quick snap by Holland, he's got it.
Lee Matthews, the man who played for Hawthorn, the man who coached Collingwood, and he's come back to coaching to coach Brisbane this year. What a job he's done. Kick by Campbell, smothered. Ball's gone back behind him, close to the boundary line. Oh, Knights brilliantly worked in no space at all into Rogers. Kick by Rogers to centre half forward. Leppich leaping, but the man in front of him who was playing on takes the mark. Richardson in front, 49 metres from goal. He kicks it perfectly.
Tigers have settled. They lead by 5 points. Matty Knights with 5 possessions. Craig Lambert with 1. Keating beaten by Gale to Broderick. Fresh air shot. Again Knights in heavy traffic. Does well. Pumps the ball back. Hilton hits the ball hard. Coming through. Caught high. Free kick will go to Sampson. You see Michael Voss and his brother Brett Voss sitting in the grandstand. Keating off and Matthew Clark on for the Lions.
Kicker.
So they give it across to the designated kicker, and Joel Bowden has pumped it through.
I've been watching the wrong game for 30 years. Leppich kicks in. White goes up. Can't take the mark. It comes to Richardson. A wobbly old kick, but Hilton marks. Good view at his kick. Plenty of height. He's got it.
Tigers have hit back quickly. Matthew Clark. Eyes off Ottens. Gets his hands on the ball first. Bitterscombe, in his first game for the Tigers. Had it and lost it. Ashcroft, the veteran. He's been a magnificent player. Kicks the ball deep into the forward line. Malloy was manhandled. McRae on the burst. Needs a bounce to kick a goal. He's got it.
Well, the Tigers fans, they haven't given up, even though they've lost 3 games in a row. That's the first time since Geeshan's coached at Tigerland. The fans are still here, certainly not in the 60 or 70,000 numbers, but you wouldn't expect that with Brisbane playing today. Lambert tries to centre the ball to centre half forward. It bounces off Shins. Socket out of there by Ottens. Ball up near midfield. Knights, Bitterscombe. Still got it, Craig Bitterscombe. Well done. Kellaway puts it out in front. Knights runs onto it. Gets to the 50. Matty Knights. Beautiful goal. And Matthew Knights hasn't really enjoyed the hard attention that he's had in the last few weeks. Bit of a downer along with his side. Here's Lappin for the Lions. Straight away, maybe got a rev up from Lee Matthews at quarter time. Malloy hasn't got the ball, umpire. It spills. Bitterscombe pulled off his kick. And a good mark taken by Kellaway. Powell goes out wide. There's Bitterscombe. I'm getting my former Geelong players mixed up there. McKinnon was it earlier. Bitterscombe was playing for the opposition.
A pretty good mark this one from Richard Champion, but there's no one of the players are getting frustrated. Jared Malloy was, without question,
clearly held,
impeded, and no whistle.
Brad Boyd drives it long. Malloy crunches the pack. Oh, good roving. McRae for the second time of the game. Magnificent.
again, pretty good work in the pack there by Jared Malloy, just holding ground. But Kevin Barton-like goal from Craig McRae.
Such an important player, Craig McRae. He's booted 14 goals for the season. That's one of his trademark goals, reading it off the pack. Knights has had a big first quarter. Gets the ball back towards Bowden, pumps the ball back towards the centre wing, Biddiscombe. Over the top of Lappin, does well with body pressure, then recovers. Kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Here comes Richardson out in front. He's got it. Well, he's a magnificent athlete. Such a dangerous player. Centres the ball to Ben Holland out in front. Played for the free kick, taken away by Lappin. It was a look-away handball. Lepage has to be good under pressure. He was in heavy traffic. Gets the ball back towards Callaway, doing a great job on Craig Lambert, who's been pinned for holding. Callaway. I agree with you. I think it'd be good to get Lambert now onto Knights because Callaway is very good one-on-one, playing a negative role. Campbell's marked in the forward pocket. 45 metres out. He's drilled it.
In the foreground of the centre circle, Hart on Knights. Umpire bounces. Lambert off the ground. He did come into the game having missed last week with a hamstring, so it mightn't be quite right yet. Hurried kick here by Biddiscombe. Out of the centre square. Socket on by Sampson. Caught by Ackermanis from behind. Through Lepage it goes, through Huskis it goes. Hart kicked out of defence, back to midfield. And Black, who's come onto the ground to replace Lambert. Knights gets him, holding the ball. The ball will come back.
Well, he just came onto the ground, Simon Black, and maybe just didn't pick up the tempo. He thought he had plenty of time just cruising off the mark there, but Matthew Knights buried him. And a good tackle too, twisting him on the way down so he doesn't give away the free kick.
You should never cruise off the mark, Jared. As soon as you get the ball, you've got to sprint away. That's a golden rule in football.
That's 12 disposals now for Matthew Knights. Great start.
Ottens from inside the centre square. Impressive young player. Looks to be the goods. There's a great mark taken by Campbell. This to put the Tigers 26 points up.
Wayne Campbell, the first Richmond player to kick double, and he's kicked 2 goals to start this second quarter. We're just 6 minutes in, 45-19 in favour of Richmond. Clark beats Ottens in the middle, comes down to McRae. That's the first kick he's had that hasn't resulted in a goal. Comes to Powell. Hurried kick. Knights playing a whale of a game, Matthew Knights. Beautiful kick. Rogers, he's got any amount of players going past. Broderick, he can take it to the 50. Left foot to the top of the goal square. Richardson held by the shorts, but took the mark anyway. He's got a full house. Now 2 goals.
Tigers by 32 points. Clark again, getting his hands on the ball first. Boyd had it and lost it, taken away by Bowden. Quick kick out towards the centre wing. Been very good at leading the Lions to the race of the ball with strength here. Malloy needs a kind bounce, then rockets the ball wide, looking for Black. Can't keep his footing. Clever play by Burke, gives it back to Bowden, weaves his way out of some traffic. Andrew Callaway rockets the ball wide, finds his brother in Duncan to the half-forward line. Richardson goes up with one hand. Huskis under pressure. Ackermanis feeds the ball off. He's got the running Chris Scott. Long rocketing hand pass is a poor one. Taken away by Biddiscombe. This could set it up. This might hurt the Lions. Biddiscombe pumps the ball inside 50. Huskis stands his ground. Hilton over the top has got it. He'll get 50. Stupid play by Adam Huskis. And the Tigers are roaring at the MCG. The fans are on their feet. They're pumped up. They've been under a lot of pressure this week. There's that man on screen, Adam Huskis, just giving away a silly 50 metres. He's had 2 goals kicked on him by Wayne Campbell, and Rory Hilton will kick his second goal. Point blank range, bangs it through.
Justin Platt hasn't had a run. Lionel Proctor's still on the bench, and Ben Hollins also.
So Clark Keating, who started the game in the ruck, and Matthew Clark at full forward, got the Lions their first goal before leaving the field. Hard around the corner to the edge of the centre square. Black stood his ground in front, taken away by Burke. Gaspar driven in the ground by White. Will take the free kick.
according to our stats, Brisbane have won 8 hit-outs to 2, but they're being belted in midfield at ground level. Gale goes up short. Turner's drifted up the ground. On the cricket pitch area, the fullback. 36 players in one half of the ground. Kicked by Turner, not bad, and Campbell again.
Is he having a quarter?
Didn't pay the mark.
Huskus has become very loose in this second quarter.
So the umpire's going to have to ball it up now. Did this carry on the full to Wayne Campbell? Oh, yes, I think it did come up for air. Probably a good decision. Kellaway ridden into the ground. He'll take a free. That's against Lambert. Duncan Kellaway kicking from about 50 metres. Not quite in the goal square. Hollander's there. Juggles, no mark. Kick smothered. Hilton, lively. Hilton for a second time. Terrific hand pass. Richo. Oh, he's got it.
Three goals to Matthew Richardson. That came from another good piece of play by Rory Hilton, that handball. He's already kicked 2 goals himself, Hilton, so he's playing very well on the forward line. Here comes Richardson to Broderick. Rockets the ball wide. Going to ground with Sampson. Tried to find Kellaway. Kicked off the ground by Campbell. Desperate play by Lambert. He's got 3 to beat. They've got the numbers around the ball, the Tigers. Richardson. A bit of think music. Handball didn't hit its target. Rogers just chips the ball out wide, finds Bowden. He's kicked the goal. Goes short. Finds Daffy. He's had no influence on the game so far, outside of 50. Pings it to the square. Hilton's gone, he's going to kick a goal! 3 goals to Rory Hilton.
Well, that Gilshan might be safe for a week, KB.
Well, it's a fantastic performance by the Tigers. They've absolutely blitzed the Lions. They lead by 8 goals too. So that's 50 points, and Daffy hasn't really featured in the game so far.
And an interesting decision to go onto his left foot. Maybe he's got a bit of a problem with the right, but it looks like you won't be doing the chairman of selectors job for another week, Kevin.
Well, Nick Daffy, who kicked it up to the goal square, he's second in the league for the number of kicks this season. 2 kicks today. Didn't get a touch in the first quarter. Hart back into traffic, comes back to him. Another little hand pass. Somehow they've cleared it through Brad Scott. Defensive mark to Rogers. Richmond honestly seem to have more than 18 players. It's a free kick here against Richmond, and Johnson will get it for the Lions.
His first kick for the afternoon, but just having a look at the total stats, which sometimes tell a story, other times they don't. But Brisbane's had 20 possessions this quarter, and Richmond's had 45 possessions, so over double. I think that indicates how dominant Richmond have been.
Johnson included this week. He's got a clean slate so far, and that's a way to the right. He might have come back. He got it. Well, Ottens and Gale, between them, have had 3 hit-outs, and Clark and Keating have had 10. And you look at the scoreboard, and you can't quite believe that stat. Chris Scott to Champion. The ball worked forward. Black on the turn to centre half forward. Hart, the smallest there. No mark, comes to the front. Ashcroft, they need a goal. Nobody in the goal square. It's home. I think it got there.
But
At some stage, the opposition will have 10 minutes.
yep, it's an important 10 minutes too. They've perhaps utilised 4 or 5 of them, but one way of stopping it is a goal.
Well, the margin's 35 now. It was 50 about 4 minutes ago.
This will get them back to 29 points. So Daffy's coming off for the Tigers. An important kick. McRae stands and delivers.
There's been a bit of a change in the last 5 minutes, with the Brisbane Lions kicking the last 3 goals of the game. 29 points the margin, and it was 50. One in the middle by Gale. Comes down to Knights. He gets it towards the 50. Platt just on the ground, replacing Daffy, who hardly sighted the ball. Kennedy out of defence. All Brisbane out here. Mark to Lapham. Up to Black. Kick by Black. Deep inside 50. Johnson with Powell. Sock it out on the full.
We're going to see more of Chris Johnson, I'm sure, as the full forward. One out in the goal square. He's very much like Jeff Farmer. And he has got the talent to be an outstanding league footballer. Just got to put some games together.
Chris Johnson from the boundary line to the top of the goal square. Gale, a good mark. And his name written all over it. Campbell out of defence. Here's a bloke who's kicked 2 goals this quarter. Now on the last line. Comes to Burke at half-back. Over centre wing he goes. Ottens at full stretch. Couldn't take the mark. It's Richardson. Comes back to him. He's got Clapp out wide near the boundary line. Clapp. A quarter and a half on the bench. Back he comes. Sampson beats a man. Centres the ball. Richmond a big show. Holland.
An important mark Brendan Gales was down in the goal square.
Holland kicked 1 in the first quarter. This for his second. And just a steadier for the Tigers. And he's kicked it.
Ben Holland gives the Tigers a little bit of a breather. A lead by 35 points. Just stopping that run of 3 goals by the Brisbane Lions. Gale did well taking that mark in defence. Now strutting his stuff inside the centre square. Inside 50, the big fist away came from Kennedy. The race is on. Black can get there first with McRae. Gets support from Lawrence. Squeezed up on the boundary line. Tries to drill it. It's an ambitious kick out towards Ashcroft, who goes to ground. Bowden kept his feet. Back to Scotty Turner. The numbers are there. Fed the ball back out to Rogers. Kicks a high ball back to the edge of the centre square. Going to be a big pack. That's a great mark taken by Chris Scott. Tough and durable. Pinpoints at the heart. To Johnson. He's got Burke to beat. That's a great mark. His second goal for the quarter. Chris Johnson. He's got it. He's got it. Great kick.
So Chris Johnson with 2 goals in this quarter. And we're back to a 29-point margin. Bowden's hand pass out of the middle. Knights, ball sat up for him beautifully. Kick by Knights, a high ball to full forward. Richardson there. Comes to the front. Hilton has been a very good player. Campbell squeezes out a little kick. And Lepic out of Huskus out of defence. Comes to Rogers. He dropped a little bit short. White takes the mark. Brad Scott, he's dropped short. Broderick. Daffy's won a reprieve off the bench. He centres. Here comes Hart. Oh, this turnover could nearly decide this game of football. Sean Hart takes it through the middle. Johnson and Burke again. Johnson! No mark. Leppich Rose. Lepper. Hooks back and misses. Oh, I don't know. I think he got it. Back live. David Burke takes the mark outside the 50. And he wants a 50-metre penalty. Goes on quickly with a hand pass to Nick Daffy. He needs to lift. Kick by Daffy to centre half forward. Richardson underneath the ball. Hilton at the back to whistle. Richardson's free kick. Richardson 53 metres out. A boomer! A goal!
Like Greg Williams, if you haven't got any pace, you can't lose it.
Daffy takes it away. A good kick to full forward straight away to start the half. It bounces on. Malloy gets back. Did it get over the line? Wow! Okay, gee, I better go and get the job done during the week. Oh, no.
I went to the hairdresser during the week. She cut a hole in the back of the head. Is that fashionable, KB?
Very fashionable.
Hilton moving beautifully. Campbell doesn't need to fiddle around with his hair. Actually, they used to say he had to cut it. Broderick. He's a long way out, but he has a raking left foot kick. Bowden should have taken the mark. Socket away from him by Black. The hand pass away. Champion. Right half back for the Lions. Kick by Champion up towards half forward. Burke and Johnson. Johnson beats him again in the air.
He's strong overhead.
Sort of short.
Johnson round the corner. 2-1 Brisbane. It comes off to Leppich. Oh, great kick. Yes!
Just to beef him up a little bit. Clark, pinched this time by Bitterscombe to Daffy. A couple of early touches in this third quarter. Boyd and Broderick, 2 former Fitzroy players. Taken by Ackermanis. It's a hurried kick around the corner. Back to 50. There's Johnson again. Giving Burke a lot of trouble overhead. Chris Johnson shrugs off his opponent and goes bang. He's got it.
Well, Chris Johnson giving away about 5 or 6 inches to his opponent, David Burke. I don't know whether Mum's Home Cooking can make you an overhead marker or not, but Burkey needs it now. Lappin. Lepage! Lepage from point blank range. He's got 3. But what an exciting player. Now, you've got a problem now putting the Victorian side together. Is he forward or back?
We might just get the best of both worlds and stick him in the centre.
Long kick. Clears the 50 easily. It comes to the front to Daffy, who's certainly lifted in the third quarter. But he's given it up again. Straight to Boyd. On the bounce to Johnson. Wide in the forward pocket. Into Ackermanis. A Lions goal coming up. Clever by Ackermanis to Scott.
A huge cut from behind victory.
Chris Scott nails another one.
It's important for the Tigers that Brisbane don't hit the front, because they've been in front all day, up to 50 points, and that would be demoralising if in fact they lost the lead. They're still 9 points in front, but the run at the moment is with the Brisbane Lions. Plenty of purpose in their play. Clark pumps the ball back. Champion got Gaspar to beat, shoved him out of the way. Bitterscombe playing his first game around the corner. Burke thucked away that time by Scott. Strong play. Daffy's caught. Gets rid of the ball hard, driven into the ground, kicked off the ground by Campbell. They'll pay advantage. Oh, advantage. The umpire won't bring it back. Champion's got it. Gives it across the board. Passes the ball off to Ashcroft. Inside 50. Closing. 25 metres out. Ashcroft kicks a goal. They're within 3 points.
Oh, gee, well, if it's crisis time at Richmond, there'll be no greater crisis than if they lose this game after leading by half a century. Ottens wins in the middle, but it comes to Hart. Hart kicks towards the 50. Bitterscombe punches down, but it goes to Boyd. Good hand pass. Johnson. In again, Johnson. He can put them in front. Offline. He's missed it. He's kicked 3 goals, 1. Returning to the side today, having started on the bench.
And the Brisbane bench, Brad Scott, Trent Bartlett, Martin McKinnon and Clark Keating.
In this quarter, Rory Hilton's had 1 possession. Gaspar hasn't had a kick. Callaway's had 1. Rogers has had 1 possession. Ottens hasn't had a kick. He's on the bench. Daffy's had 7. Richardson hasn't had a touch. Clapp hasn't had a touch. And Matthew Knights has had just the 1 kick.
Chance for the Tigers. Hollins kicks the ball to Richardson. He's on centre wing. They lead by 2 points. It's a wobbly old kick. They'll stand and deliver underneath it. Lawrence got up high. They need a lucky bounce, the Tigers. Maybe it's come to Daffy. He's got Muscus to beat. Does well. Caught by Malloy. Quick snap into the square. The mark's been taken by Sampson.
Will he go the boomerang, Kate?
No.
He's patented the boomerang this season.
It's a tough angle. He goes backwards. Concedes ground to Broderick. But being a left footer, he's on the right side. He's well within kicking distance. The Tigers need a goal just to hold the onslaught. Broderick, very good player in the game so far, particularly in that first half. Richmond were absolutely dominating.
Knights was Polax there.
Came off second best with Malloy. He's had only 1 touch this quarter, Knights.
The Lions have kicked 5 goals to 1 this quarter. Paul Broderick from right on 50. The distance is there. He's hit the post. That's twice now that Paul Broderick has hit the post in the game.
Well, Matty Knights is on his feet, but he's seeing stars. You know how to get hit by Malloy, and he's just topped him right down the middle.
Speaking him down the middle, what a kick.
Comes off hands. McRae, brilliant roving. Here's Rove sensationally today. Andrew Kellaway loses control. Ackermanis goes off the ground. Inside 50. Lappin gets onto it. All Brisbane here. They can be in front. Boyd kicks and misses.
Gee. He seemed to hook that ball when it wasn't necessary to do so, Gerald.
No, spot on, Kevin. They had 2 or 3 players also just running with the ball. They could have just worked it towards goal and had a steadying shot, but under the pump with the adrenaline running clear. They want to get in front. He's gone with the one that screwed past the point post.
9 scoring shots to 3 so far. As Broderick goes off and Proctor comes on for the Tigers. Maybe some fresh legs. Ackermanis tries to keep the ball alive. The Tigers by 2 points. The time clock just over 8 minutes left in his third term. Ackermanis on screen. Boundary throw-in, so a big chance here for the Lions. They kicked the first goal of the match, but then the Tigers took control, led by 50 points. They've dragged it back to a 2-point ball game. Black ties up Knights. Jeff Gieschen.
You have those passages of your football career where it just seems that on a cold day you're just getting whacked in the nose time and time again. And Matthew Knights has copped another one around the ear.
Clark has given away the free kick. It'll go to Ottens. So the youngster, just the 3 possessions today. Spent a fair bit of time on the bench. There's Lawrence, strong overhead. He's a tough nut. His father was a great player for St Kilda. Just wobbles this kick towards centre half forward. They'll need a lucky bounce. The Tigers, they can raffle it. Bingo, the lucky number 11 to Bowden. Crunch! Down goes Rogers. Taken away by Hollands. Callaway rockets the ball wide to Scott Turner. Coming down from full back. He's a big kick. He unloads towards the half forward line. It's a test of strength. Richardson's got it. He's booted 4 goals today. He's too far out to score, unless he wants to take on Kennedy on the mark. Hollands is the target. He's got him in his sights. Thumped away by Malloy, who started at full forward. He swapped with Lepage. Chance now for Black. The run is on from Ackermanis. A sweeping handball looking for Scott. Gives it across the heart. Plenty of run in the Lions' legs. Inside 50. Here comes Lepage. Great mark taken by Rogers. Sensational mark. And maybe not like a Jeff Farmer or Winston Abraham, but for courage, that was a ripper.
Oh, is that Roy Rogers out there? Great stuff. Holland marks just behind centre wing. In he comes, Gaspar. Richmond desperately need a goal. Shocking kick by Gaspar. Great pick up at his toes by Clark. Pulled off his hand pass though. Powell goes straight through. It's on the 50. Sampson slides one away. Duncan Kellaway, a high ball. And right in front, the mark taken by Bowden. It's in good hands. Joel Bowden, 35 out, has drilled it.
Tigers lead by 8 points. 96 plays 88. Clark Keating on. Gives the evil stare across to Benny Gale. He'll come charging in. And Gale thumps the ball. Can the Tigers withstand this onslaught? Daffy, like he did at the start of the third term. Malloy was bumped out of the contest and through for a behind. Daffy kicked a goal 10 seconds at the start of the third quarter before we saw this onslaught from the Brisbane Lions. And Tiger supporter on screen. White to bring the ball back in. 9-point ball game. Taken away by Chris Scott. Comes away from the back pocket towards the edge of the centre square. He was looking there for Johnson. And this time it's been marked by Andrew Callaway. Because Johnson proved to be too good for David Burke. He's booted 3 goals. Callaway goes short. Finds Proctor. Inside the centre square. It's a poor kick. Lacks a fortune. There's in the arms of Powell.
Just getting back to that point you made earlier, KB, about the most important goal for the Tigers to resist is the one that the Lions get to put them in front. They had 2 opportunities. And all of a sudden it just looks as if their momentum was being stopped.
Well, it's just demoralising if, in fact, the opposition does get in front. This is a big kick by Powell. Unloads! He has drilled it.
Margin back to 15 points, and the Tigers fans are starting to find some voice again. Keating wins in the middle. Knights tackled high, and will go back to take his free kick. Lions got to within 2. Knights with his free, out to Gale. Bit of space out here for a few Tigers. Campbell, he's got Bowden out wide. He's a left footer, he mightn't mind this. He can't get the ball. Hilton. High tackle, Richmond free kick. Lionel Proctor just off the bench, getting his first run for the day. playing just his 5th senior game. Over the ball and crunched high by White. Back live, and he's given the ball off. And boy, is it in good hands again with Joel Bowden. They'll raise the roof if he kicks this.
Tigers by 21 points. A few moments ago, it was 2 points. The Lions threw down the gauntlet, and the Tigers have picked it up. Keating inside the centre square, had it and lost it. Black started on the interchange bench, back to Ashcroft. Pumps the ball inside 50. In front is Lambert. He's got Duncan Callaway that beat. Quick hands to McRae, who's booted 3. This time he's off target. He's put it out. In fact, he's just snuck it in for a behind. 3 goals, 1 to Craig McRae. Just over 2.5 minutes left in this action-packed third term. Lions getting within 2 points. They trailed by 50 points during that second quarter. Gale thought he may have been pulled off the ball, taken away by Daffy. The duck kicks down looking for Richardson. He's out in front of Kennedy. He's got the run in Hollins, the youngster. Goes short, tries to set it up. He's looking for Powell. Had it and lost it. Malloy came at him hard. Hands and knees. Eustace cool under pressure to Boyd, who goes for the long option and finds Black through the centre square. He's had it, he's lost it. He can still feed the ball off to Malloy. They've got the run through the centre square. Ashcroft, a casual bounce, runs to 50. Marcus Ashcroft, the veteran. This could go right to the line. Benny Gale backing back, plays on quickly to Rogers on the rebound. The Tigers looking for Joel Bowden. He's booted 3, being pushed out of the way, caught high, and the free kick will go to Bowden.
Joel Bowden's had a big third term. 20 points the margin. Chris Scott didn't have his eyes for the ball, and he complained about the decision, but I don't think there's much to complain about there. Hollins. Richardson comes from behind. Huskus in front. Dispossessed, thrown to the ground by Proctor. But he didn't have the ball. Free kick to Adam Huskus. Not happy with that?
Well, looked to me like he tried to evade him. He had the ball. Let's have a look. He's got the ball. That's possession. That is a free kick to Richmond. He had prior opportunity. Kevin, you're on the rules committee. What do you think?
Definitely a free kick to Lionel Proctor, holding the ball.
Huskus goes short. Just over a minute remaining in the third quarter. What a game at the MCG. Hope you're enjoying it. Kick by Ashcroft inside 50. Lepic! A mark to Lepic! Limpin' Lepic! He was about 4th in line.
It's got to be right. Well, he had the opportunity to put them in front about 10 minutes ago, and since then it's been all Richmond. They now trail by 20 points and are desperate for this one.
So Justin Lepic, the boy from Berwick who was drafted to Brisbane, leading goal kicker the last 2 years. He's kicked 3. Great kick. Oh, hits the post. So that is 3 goals, 5 to Justin Lepic. And this surge in the third quarter will have to be repeated with more in the last.
Well, there's the bench. Couchy might want to tell us who's on the bench. We'll come back there.
Matthew Clark.
Yep.
Brad Scott, Matthew Clark, Trent Bartlett and Martin McKinnon.
Well, they mightn't get a run this quarter because here come the Lions tucked up in the pocket. Lappin gets rid of the ball that time for a boundary throw-in.
Just having a look at the goals, it's interesting where they're coming from. Richmond are getting a lot of their goals from outside of the 40-metre line. They've got 11. They've got 6 within 40 metres, where it's a reverse for Brisbane.
4 seconds left in the corner. He might have got it on the siren. Black has kicked a goal. What a way to win a magnificent quarter of football. This has been a sensational game. And still the drama continues with 4 seconds to go from that boundary throw-in. That man on screen, Simon Black, has nailed it.
You've got to play every second like they count, and that one right on the bite of the siren was as important as anyone, because it just gives the Brisbane Lions the momentum going into the three-quarter time.
Started the last quarter. 13 points the margin in favour of the Tigers, and Clark faces Gale. Clark gets it going Brisbane's way. Hart helps it on. Knights flips the ball out. Was it a throw? Daffy has lifted since half-time. He's lost it. Champion gets boot the ball. Inside 50, and good mark, Andrew Kellaway. Held down by Johnson as he wanted to go on with it. Gets it out wide to Biddiscombe. Kick by Craig Biddiscombe, ex-Geelong player, to Gale. Punch from behind. Ackermanis clever. Boyd on all fours. Good. Scott. Farmed wide by Hart to Ashcroft. He puts it up to the goal square. If it bounces on, it'll be a chance. Black again! Well, he kicked the goal a second before the siren at three-quarter time. He had a chance to start this quarter with a blaze of glory, but he kicked it behind.
2 straight kicks, the difference between the two sides. 109 plays, 97.
What's the psychology at three-quarter time in the both camps, Kevin?
Well, Couchy said that Jeff Geeshan said the boys did magnificently well to come back after they got within 2 points. They withstood the challenge to go on, and that he suggested that Matthew said to Matthew Clark, get the ball out of the centre for the likes of Lappin and Lambert, who we just saw then going very hard for the ball. First goal here in this last quarter is going to have a great psychological value. McRae, 35 metres out again, a wasteful kick. Every time they've got close and looked like they can nearly get in front of the Lions, they've missed easy goals. Jeff Geeshan. Still with that worried look on the face, and so he should. They lead by 50 points. It's a big game for the Tigers. They've been in the news all this week. Champion from behind. Ball kicked off the ground. Bowden shovel the ball out to Daffy. Runs away from Ashcroft and out in front. That's a great kick and a great mark to Richardson. He's booted 4 goals. 3 of them coming in that second quarter. Daffy runs hard to create. Here comes Plapp. Spent most of the game on the interchange bench. Proctor puts the ball high. Lambert has got Kellaway to beat. They juggle the ball. Eustace tries to crash his way through. He's caught. No free kick. Under pressure. The Lions work the ball out through Lawrence. He's getting plenty of attention and directions also from Boyd. Says go wide. It's a shocking option. 2 against 1. Gaspar comes away. Unloads with both barrels. Pumps the ball back. Looking for Ottens. Campbell has booted a couple of goals. A wobble's a kick forward, but taken by White.
Darryl White in the last line. 11 points the margin. Huskus feeds the ball up. Scott. Out towards the members' wing. Ackermanis. Good mark. He was running in the same direction as the ball and he turned and waited for it. Got rid of his opponent. The hand pass in is also good. Kennedy. A long bomb. Leppich. No mark. It's punched on for Brisbane. Chance Johnson. It's knocked back into the post.
That was almost an own goal. Haven't seen too many of those in AFL football.
Jared, the bench for the Brisbane Lions. Brad Scott, Trent Bartlett, Mark McKinnon and Clark Keating.
10 points the margin. 24 scoring shots to 29. 5 more Brisbane, but they trail.
Well, this is one of the best games that we've seen this year. Champion, smart footwork, again inside 50. The high flyer is Bowden. He's been good today. He's booted 3 goals. He's had 19 possessions. He's done some great saving in defence as well. The run is on through Rogers. Covers the line. Here comes Eustace. Big fist away. They need a crummer. Proctor does well. Bundle his opponent out of the way. Back to Campbell around the corner. And he finds Hollands. Richardson going for his 5th goal. A big bomb. He's off target. Through for a behind.
And KB, Proctor and Hollands have done a good job since they've come on. They've been pretty lively up forward and they've been a help to Richmond to get back into this game and lead.
Well, they're pretty fresh. Brisbane haven't used the bench all that much. Ackermanis still at half-back flank. In short to Hart. He's got some run from Scott. Through the middle. Kick by Chris Scott. Touched off the boot. Play on, says the umpire. Great hands by Black in midfield. But they've lost it. It comes back to Black. Pick the right option with Ashcroft. On the turn, Marcus Ashcroft. McRae! The other number 4, Rogers. Hellman not in possession, the Richmond player. Tigers free kick.
Some good decisions will be important in this last quarter. Jared, we've seen a couple of players at the moment under pressure not make such good decisions, so this will be an important factor in the game.
During the second quarter, Richmond led by 50 points, and then the Lions came back at them. Kellaway pulled off his kick, and it bounces out by the throw-in.
I thought Euskus should have attempted to mark it. It was either going to be a mark or out of bounds on the full, but he allowed it to bounce. Clark got his hands on the ball. Broderick to Proctor. Again, just tumbles the ball inside 50, squeezed up on the boundary line, kept alive by Euskus. He's got the numbers with Hart. He's been a good player. Goes very short and finds Black. Started on the interchange bench, kicked a fantastic goal with just a second to go at three-quarter time. Again, to lift the spirit of the Lions. There's Gale. Too big and too tall that time for Johnson.
8 marks to Benny Gale.
10 possessions and 8 marks. 5 hit-outs. Gale to centre-half forward. He's looking for Richardson. He's on a long lead. Then tries to tap the ball on. Does well to Broderick. Feigns the hand pass. Wants to get back onto the left boot. They're caught. Great tackle by Lambert. A turnover. Euskus. This could hurt the Tigers. Scott comes through the centre square and spears it down towards Lepage. Wanted to take it on the half volley. Bundled out of the way. Rogers pounced on it. Ran hard. Made the numbers. Kicks the ball wide. It's a loose ball. McRae's the chaser against Kellaway. Didn't have the strength. Andrew Kellaway stands and delivers and goes wide and finds Hollands. The Tigers keep on coming. Ottens! Usually a very reliable kick, but the pressure is on. He's right on 50. Magnificent goal.
Richmond out to a lead of 17 points. They came in 14th on the ladder. Brisbane second on the ladder. But Richmond favourite by the bookmakers to win the game after all the controversy during the week. Pressure on the coach and everyone else. Boyd goes to McRae. McRae's kicked to Champion just outside the 50. Richard Champion long to the goal square, but Gale gets back to take his 9th mark.
Well, they just haven't played it smart before at 50 in this term. The Brisbane Lions, in fact, probably since about the 25-minute mark of the last quarter, the third quarter. They've got plenty of possession out of the middle. In fact, they've been well on top in the middle in the last couple of quarters, and yet they haven't been making the best of it.
Turner's kick and a good mark taken by Clark. In between wing and half forward. On his own in midfield is Stevie Lawrence. He goes thump, goes past Lepage. Johnson! Chris Johnson for his 4th. The Lions are still alive.
This is an important kick out too for the Tigers. They've had a bit of time to think about it. They've had a bit of a huddle to see what sort of tactics they're going to use to get this ball out of defence up into the forward line.
It's almost at the stage where the side that kicks the next goal will win this match. If Brisbane get it, they'll still be behind, but the momentum will be all their way. If Richmond get the goal, they'll be very difficult to stop.
Turner's kick clears the 50. Gale put on his ball. Yes, free kick.
Black.
So Black's left footer to the top of the goal square. Johnson on the back. Johnson.
Simon Black's been a good player since he's come off the bench too. He's won a lot of the ball, 17 possessions, but this man has been magnificent.
He's had 8 kicks for 4 goals won. And will be kicking from right in front. Couchy.
Yes, Craig Bitterscone's got a knock on the back of the head. He's got it split open and they're going to have a couple of stitches, but he's A-OK.
Johnson to put the Lions within 4 points. And he's done that. Five goals to Chris Johnson. And Brisbane, who haven't beaten Richmond at the MCG since 1988, are on their way perhaps.
Hey boy, what a great leap. He's been the revelation today, Kevin.
Johnson's marking power has been a trouble to the Tigers. David Burke couldn't handle him. Now Andrew Kellaway's had the job. Tigers by 4 points, 5 goals as the thump comes out of the centre square. Ackermanis takes it, gives it across to Black. Here come the Lions. Lepage is in front, has the ball thumped away. Johnson hit the ball hard. Hands and knees was Bowden. They're piling in on top. Desperate play by the Tigers defence. Under so much pressure. There's Johnson having words with Joel Bowden. Johnson's booted 5 goals. Justin Leppich has booted 3 goals, 5. They've turned this game around. They trailed by 50 points in the second quarter. A goal to put them in front. Lambert the smother in game number 200. Tries to rip the ball out of the arms that time of Andrew Callaway. And again a ball up. It's just 25 metres out from Brisbane's goal. Jeff Geeshan looks on. An anxious Jeff Geeshan. What a week it's been for Richmond. Talk of a new coach, talk of a new president, talk of a new chairman of selectors, talk of coups. Lappin centres the ball. He was looking for Leppich. It was unselfish play. Tried to set it up. Here's Lawrence. 35 metres out. Concedes ground and finds Boyd. Directly in front. Brad Boyd puts the Lions in front. Michael Voss in the grandstand. The skipper and his brother Brett just barracking their hearts out for the Lions. What a turnaround. They're 2 points in front. They were 50 points down in that second quarter, and they look gone.
Well, it's a great move coming up here by Steve Lawrence. This kid is just getting better as a footballer. Smart, cool under the crisis, under the pump, and he's elected to go to the right option. And Brad Boyd drilled it.
Lions in front after threatening for so long. Just under 5 minutes left. Can the Tigers steady and regain the lead that they've had since the opening couple of minutes of the game? The MCG at fever pitch as Clark wins in the middle. Turned back by Campbell. His hand pass astray. Here's Lawrence again. Good kick by Lawrence. Ashcroft marks. Running past Lapham. An irresistible force at the moment, the Lions. Punch down was by Chris Scott. Leppich lost it in the tackle. Umpire's going to ball it up.
Well, here's a test for the Tigers now. With the Lions hitting the front.
Test.
Can they grit the teeth? Can they come back? Lee Matthews, a little bit edge in the box as well. This is an important ball up, Drew.
Clark backhands it down, intercepted by Rogers. It's all Brisbane. Brad Boyd, who kicked the goal to put them in front a minute ago. Steers it low. Flips off the hands and out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in. 4 minutes remaining. Well, if Jeff Geeshan was under pressure last week, what will next week be like if the Tigers lose this, having led by 50?
Well, it's 34 scoring shots to 27. Brisbane clearly in front. They've had so much of the footy. It'd just be difficult to see how they're going to lose it from here.
Lambert went in hard for the ball. They'll ball it up.
The Tigers,
5 metres out from goal.
sorry, KB, the Tigers, they've got to get something out of a couple of their midfielders. Maybe Broderick's got to come onto the ball, but Matthew Knight, since he took that blow, he's had just 4 possessions since half-time, and I'm sure he must have been concussed.
And Sean Hart went onto him and did a pretty good job. Tied up was Ashcroft by Powell. So again, they'll ball it up. Still 40 metres out from Brisbane's goal. They lead by 2 points. 119 plays 117. And a goal here would make it very tough for the Tigers. Gale got his hands on the ball to Bowden, who's been very good. Just pumps the ball along, looking for Richardson. Their gun is booted 4 goals. Kennedy be happy to see the ball over the line.
And Matthew Kennedy has been a very competitive player today. Richo's kicked, just the 3 at the moment? Well,
4 goals.
4 goals. He's been a very good player. But Kennedy has given them a lot of drive as well.
We'll throw in on centre wing. Clark and Gale, they've been at it for most of the day. Some pushing and shoving. Clark got his hands on the ball. Campbell tried to pinch it. Gets it out towards Hollands. Coming through hard was Euskus. Ball was slapped on by Bowden. Back to Daffy. Tries to weave his way through trouble. Caught by Scott. Champion takes it on hands and knees. Back to Ashcroft. Floats the ball forward. Knights was caught. Too high. Wow, it's a lucky free kick. Just what the Tigers needed.
That was below the collar.
Because he had him by the back of the jumper. Can he set it up? He's got Ottens in the square. Kicks it deep into the forward line. Richardson's there. Taken by Broderick. Quick snap. He's got it. Tigers in front.
And how about Broderick off the right as a left footer? Not a bad kick.
Well, she was a technical one, but the replay shows the umpire spot on there. He was just taken a little bit high. Paul Broderick I admire him as a player. He's been a great stalwart for both the Lions and the Tigers. And maybe that kick is going to be all it takes.
Well, this is the best game of round 8. Could be the best game of the season. What a rip snorter at the MCG. Gale wins. Boyd knocks it back for the Lions. Lions have to do it all over again. The crowd at fever pitch. Free kick. Advantage to Richmond. It comes wide. Lionel Proctor, most of the day on the bench. He kicks to Richardson. Matty Richardson near the boundary line. 50 metres out. 2.25 minutes left. And the Tigers up by 4 points. If he nails this, they'd like their chances of winning the game. Magnificent kick! What a goal! Five goals to Richardson. And they've buried a few demons with that kick.
Well, if you reckon this isn't the best game of the year, you feel pretty good, but I've missed it. Because this has had just about everything that our great game has got to offer. The Tigers are going to win this match. And good on them.
Just under 2 minutes left. The Tigers showing plenty of spirit. They got headed by Brisbane. They've hit back. Goals to Broderick. Goals to Richardson. Still just under 2 minutes left. Clark taken away by Ottens. The Tigers now sense victory. Thump the ball deep in the forward line. Richardson couldn't take it. Just a bit off balance. Back to Richardson. Quick snap. Goal number 6. 6 goals to Matthew Richardson. And Jeff Gushin took a sigh of relief in the coach's box because you're home.
Jeff Gushin, I think Leon Daphne, he may be just sitting down at the moment thinking, well, at 50 points in front, this was going to be the easiest victory that they've had for some years. But when they got headed only 2 minutes ago, she was gone. What a comeback victory. What a match.
Phenomenal seesawing game here at the MCG. Unfortunately, only a minute and a half to go, but the Tigers are going to break a 3-game losing streak here, and they get the free kick. Powell wants to take advantage, but the ball's got to come back.
I've got to say, just in the excitement, we didn't have enough time, but there was a kicking in danger free kick paid about 3 minutes ago. It's the first kick in danger I've seen for 2 years.
They got it, Richmond.
Richmond got it, resulting in the goal, but sometimes you've got to take the luck when it's presented to you.
Campbell has Richardson finished off. He kicked 3 in the second quarter. He's got 6 for the game. And when the Tigers had the shakes, Matty Richardson has stepped up. He wants it back from Campbell. They want to count down the clock. Wayne Campbell going back to take his time. Under a minute left. The Richmond faithful are going to be rewarded here today. But what an effort by the Lions. Their first game in Melbourne in 8 rounds. Their first game in the daytime in 8 rounds. Campbell goes long, deep inside 50. Ottens is there, front of the pack. Ball out of play. Well, KB, you played 400 for them. You coached them. Take it away for the last half minute, mate.
Well, it's been a great game for the Tigers. See Benny Gale there in a little bit of pain. They started magnificently. They led by 50 points. Then Brisbane, to their credit, came back, hit the front in this last quarter. But the Tigers, here's Hilton. Keeps the ball alive. Here's the danger man. Lepage back in defence. Good at 3 goals up forward. Daffy has the kick half smothered. Hollands tries to weave his way out of trouble. Back to Daffy. Quick snap. The duck. The duck has kicked the goal. There's the siren. It's all over. Was that a goal to Daffy on the siren?
And they didn't signal it.
He didn't signal it.
No, they didn't signal the goal.
Here's Jeff Gushin. You can see the relief on his face. Alan Joyce there as well, chairman of selectors. And the Tigers have
How was the pressure today?
135.
Same as it's been every week, Paul. You know, every game is a big game, and our preparation and thoroughness doesn't change from week to week. And today we just got to score at the end of the game, which is great.
What do you thought when you're 50 points up and they come back at you again? Did you think about deja vu?
Look, we were challenged strongly there. I think they kicked 5 unanswered, but we kicked the next 3, and that gave me a little bit of heart to think that, you know, there was a bit of character there. But in the last quarter, we just went to a couple of little different structures that played it a little bit simple, went it a little bit longer, and it paid off for us.
Matthew Richards was fantastic.
I love him, mate. I just love him. His spirit for the Tigers is unquestionable. I know that he makes the odd mistake here and there, but don't anyone ever say that that kid can't play and he's not developing as a player. He's special.
Good on you, Geesh, and enjoy
Thanks,
the
Dad.
success.